The fight is just beginning. Having finally seen the light after 4 years of the most fascist, treasonous administration that has ever been, it is easy to think that the job is done. The new administration is going to be patriotic, try to return us to the rule of law, remove the unelected bureaucrats who murder and jail Americans, avoid due process, and give billions of dollars to our enemies, all the while flying invaders into our country in the dark of night. It's easy to imagine that this feeling of victory is similar to what the new Americans felt after the Revolutionary War, but this is much different. Their oppressors got on boats and sailed away. Our enemies are still inside the gates. Their evil Nazi goals have not been extinguished. They're plotting in the shadows to destroy our country, and they will never stop. What is worse are the ones that pretend to be the friends of liberty and yet enable those who would destroy us. This war for freedom is just beginning. The rhinos are part of the swamp, and they must be exiled or brought into the fold of patriots. If you have a traitor like John Cornyn or Mitt Romney who represents you, you need to blow up their phones. Demand that they follow federal law and close the borders. Insist that they expel the millions of invaders. Warn them what will happen if they do not lower taxes and the cost of oil, the cost of which affects every single good and service in the world. Remember that the ones who did not try to prevent mutilation of children or child trafficking. Remember the ones that did nothing to try to stop the federal government from censoring free speech. No patriots stood on the side while law enforcement jailed and murdered Americans, and they didn't even demand due process. Remember not only the outgoing fascist regime and their supporters, but also their friends who willingly supported sending billions to foreign wars and funding the beginning of World War III. If you are represented by a rhino, start warning them now. The enemies of freedom are inside the gates, and they don't all wear blue. A republic is great if you can keep it. Now is our time.